Buongiorno ragazzi. Hello everyone. Sto aspettando.
Ciao Luca.
Come stai?
Mi senti?
Sì, che ti sento.
Mi senti?
Assolutamente sì. E sono pronto.
Perfetto, anch'io adesso ti sento. Perfetto. Come va?
Molto bene. Tu come stai?
Che gioia di vederti e di sentirti. Mi era venuto un attimo un pochino d'ansia.
No, con me, guarda, le donne non hanno mai ansia. Anzi.
Meno male, meno male. Sono contenta di vederti oggi.
Assolutamente. Come parliamo? In italiano o in inglese?
Come vuoi? È la prima volta che qualcuno me lo chiede, quindi come vuoi?
Facciamo così, vogliamo fare un po' in italiano. Poi
Però aspetta che la comunicazione va e viene.
A me dovresti
Mi
sentire
senti?
bene. Io sì.
Un secondo. Mi senti? Oh, perfetto. Capiamo se...
Allora.
English, maybe? Everyone is like...
Okay, let's do English first, and then we can move to Italian, and we can end up with some Neapolitan.
Perfect. I actually even prefer English, so there is no subtitles concern after.
Fantastic. So tell me everything you would like to know about men's clothing.
No, actually, what I would like to know about your story.
About the story of my atelier, because my story is a bit boring.
About yourself, about how you got here, about like how transitional it was for you to kind of start a business that even your father and your grandfather worked on. So like even the generational change, right? Like how did you find it?
Let's say that I'm the third generation of one of the oldest tailor house in Italy, and for sure one of the oldest in Naples. My grandfather used to be the pioneer of Neapolitan elegance, and he used to be the one that they constructed the jacket because his clients, friends, want to have something more light and more for a Dolce Vita style compared to the business attire that was the north of Italy. In the future, then he didn't know that he was inventing the Neapolitan jacket, but this light construction being used by many tailors in Naples, and then was becoming a status symbol of the Neapolitan tailoring. My father, Mariano, arrived in the late 60s to let's say drive the company to the second level, and he been able to establish not only as Rubinacci as a tailor house, Neapolitan tailor house in Naples, but he was the one that went outside Naples for the first time. And I remember that my father was one of the first one used to travel to Japan, to United States, that gives to the Rubinacci and to the Neapolitan tailoring a much more visibility. So that's been very very important for all the tailor industry in Naples. Then with me in 2010, in 2000, we moved the Rubinacci to let's say at 2.0 level, even if today we are in a complete more long distance. But we've been able to make Rubinacci not only one of the best Neapolitan tailor, but the modern voice of men's elegance. What that means? It means that we've been able to let our tailor not only make what was famous for so Neapolitan jacket, but we've been able also to have tailors that can make a more English cut jacket, a more Milanese jacket, because
you also went to Savile Row, right? You also have a formation there.
Yes, one of my first apprentice that was at 18 in Savile Row. I worked before for Kilgore, then for Huntsman for a couple of years, and I understood that English tailoring was incredible. Was incredible as well as Neapolitan tailoring. The only thing that they were not speaking each other. So this is what we really did. Today, Rubinacci is a modern tailor house where the clients come and can build his own style. This is priceless. With people like us, with the big heritage, big knowledge of the product, and for more, we have a lot of. Let's say test and that touch that can really change to client in client, because we have to say that who comes for bespoke and who comes at Rubinacci, it's because he want to build his own style.
Okay. So I do a little bit of an intro, so why we know each other, so that I also can ask you some more questions. I'm a style consultant, a men's style consultant. I went to your reality because in the future it's possible that some client could be interested in your product. What really took my attention was because you are a reality that is not just commercial, it's not just sartorial. They coexist together, right? So how did the ready-to-wear part and when it started? Like, how did it grow? Who was the idea? Was your idea? Was your father? How did you build it?
But let's say that the ready-to-wear arrived again in 2015 after a gap. It's very recent. After a gap, because my father was selling ready-to-wear in the late 80s, 90s. But then when I arrived to the company in 2000, we decided to stop the ready-to-wear and focalize only in the bespoke in order to be able to be classified as the best bespoke makers in the world. This is what was really our focus. Then with the arrival of social and with a lot of followers and
you became a digital tailor.
Let's say more than a digital tailor, because tailoring cannot be digital, but in our way, we've been our kind of style consultant. Let me take your words, because before suggesting my product, what I try to give in my page, in my social page here in Instagram, it's giving the sense of understanding that a style, it's possible to build, it's possible to understand, it's possible to become a passion. So style is not something you build, you born with. You know, sometimes people says, the guy born with style.
There are different opinions about it.
I think that you can build it. You know, of course, you can have an innate sense of colors. You can have personality, but wearing clothes, covering yourself, it's part of yourself. So as much as you train with it, and with the help of social that can let you understand what is good, what it's not, what you like and what is not, because wearing clothes is like looking at paint. Someone can like it or not. It's just a point of view. So this is this is what Luca is doing on his social. I think that my first goal is to let people understand. Then they can follow, they cannot follow, they can go to Rubinacci and buy their clothes, or they can go in a store and get inspired by Luca.
Exactly.
That is what we really want to do, because and that's why in 2015 we start again our ready-to-wear, but our ready-to-wear, it's more about a casual chic elegance, because I think that what we need really to help the new generation is in the base of their wardrobe, because then if they want to buy suits in Rubinacci, they can make it bespoke, but the Sarianas, the trousers, the shirt, you can be cool even with sartorial clothes, and it's all about quality more than pricing, because usually this is something that I really take care of, is that when you buy a product, you should buy because of the quality.
Very true. I mean, what we always say as a style consultant, the quality is what makes the difference, and like the way it fits to the client and the way they actually feel it on themselves, it makes the difference.
And the way it lasts, because quality product lasts longer. That is the main reason. And then, of course, the made in Italy, it's very important. But today, everybody can make nice things. It's not that that it's made in China is not good. Chinese are good in making their own things. You know what I mean? So the made in Italy is about the heritage. Buying in a house like Rubinacci ensure you that behind that product there is a story. Behind that product, there is an owner that is going to take care of the product is going to sell, and
there is a point that we also touched with Caraceni, which I'm sure you know.
Absolutely.
It's being timeless. Again, the history of the product, it will make the product, the value of the product. So that goes like literally far away from what is like a price tag at the end. What I wanted to talk to you about also, because I feel like for Rubinacci is a very important focal point, is color. I'm a style consultant as well, and I don't know if you know armochromia, which is the seasonal color analysis. Okay, so that's what I do for my client in the first phase of the consultancy. We usually try to find what are the colors that fits best for the skin tone of the client based on different season, etc., etc. And I saw an article that you talked about colors, and you were like, I do get inspired from the seasons itself, and the color season analysis it is based on the season. Do you want to talk about colors to us, and like what is your approach to it, and what do you advise to your clients about it?
Of course, as you said, depends on the color scheme, and we are more keen to wear some color better than the other one.
Exactly.
But let's say that big part of the game is done by the personality of the wearer, because me personally, just giving you an example with me. I'm like a football player is playing football since 5 years old, and in my business in style, I remember that I was 5 years old, 6 years old, and my father was in the afternoon was driving me to the laboratory, and I remember that in the laboratory where the tailor were working, usually when they work, they let a piece of fabric cutted fall down the floor, And I remember that I was attracted by all these pieces of fabric all around the tables, and I was collecting them, and I was making notes to each fabrics, because they were sometimes soft, sometimes hard. So, and I was playing together with that. This is my first approach with fabrics. I was 5 years. I was 5 years old.
Even with colors, because those fabrics must be colored as well. So
a lot of colorful, but completely different colors. But then after that, just to let you understand how it moves my style. After that, I was going to the media. I don't know. You know, when you have 10, 12 years old, so you are going to you're going to school, and always my father was driving me to the laboratory in the afternoon, and at that time I was older than 5 years old, and that piece of fabric I was attaching to my denim, because it was the late night, it was like 92, 93, and people was having patchwork things. And I remember that I was patching the fabric of cashmere, tartans, and without any case, but I was putting on my jeans. Of course, they was looking like ridiculous, but that was my kind of creativity at that time. You understand that growing like that, you arrive at one age that you have 20, 25 in the world of business, that your mentality already learned a lot. So that's why I like to use colors. That's why I'm not afraid of wearing colors. But for sure, I have the colors that doesn't fit me. For example, one of my dead color, not to Luca, not to wear. It's the light beige. The light beige jacket, light beige pullover. Kill me. It looked like I went out from an hospital.
Wow.
Because
so I'm pretty sure no one knew about it, right? It's a first that you tell it.
Sorry?
It's a first timer that you share with this new with everyone. It's like something that you already shared before.
Actually, I don't remember, but I don't think so. But this is because you have to understand that everybody has his dead color.
Absolutely.
That cannot wear.
Then, but have you ever done like the technical part of the seasonal color analysis, or you go by heart?
I mostly go by heart, but I know that cold color are not really my favorite monochrome colors.
It's not your palette.
It's not. It's not. Yes, it's not my palette. I like. I'm more like warm colors and strong and strong color. Yeah. Then you have to understand that to be a great style consultant, you have to experiment on yourself what you would like to give, because mainly today I see that there are so many tailor house, so many brand that from the smallest to the biggest, they want to give a determinate style. So that means that you cannot have a multitude. You cannot have a multitude type of clients. So that's why I think that to be a great style consultant, you have to touch and feel even what you don't like, because when you are suggesting something to someone, you don't have to look at yourself. Absolutely. But you have to look at at the people you have in front of you and suggest the best. It's for them. Absolutely. Not for you, because dressing the others like you dress, this is just like being in your garden and not going out of the garden. If you want to be famous, if you want to be worldwide famous, You have to go out of your garden. You have to go out of your garden and see what the other does.
Yeah.
And be inspired and be able to suggest also what you usually will not wear.
Yeah, obviously, as a woman, styling men for me has a different point of view, but definitely like the focus and the goal is the same. So which means like is to make the client happy and kind of like bring out that individuality that it's fair that he brings out. It's more difficult maybe for me to as you say now, like I want to give the client and I want to share with the client something that fits him, but also something from your point of view, right? So it's like it's a different point of view for women and for men with
Absolutely.
with the same focus.
Let's say that for a women like you should be for sure let you know
Ho perso la connessione. Ho perso la connessione.
Something, yeah.
Non ci sentivo, dicevi per men and women e lì ti ho perso.
I that for a woman suggesting something to a man, it's easier than a man suggesting something to a man. Let me explain you why. Because a women always see and suggest what she think it will be good for him to wear. Mainly in the other way, a man
not
suggesting
always,
to a man.
no.
Yeah, not always though. Okay, let's think positive. But sometimes, the ego man let be in front of what should be good for man. It's right.
Luca, aspetta un secondo perché sia io che gli ascoltatori non ti sentono.
I don't move, so I cannot do anything more than that. But I hope the connection will be better soon.
Sì, speriamo perché anche gli ascoltatori ci hanno fatto notare che sentivano poco. Ok, riproviamo?
Yeah. So what I'm saying that sometimes the men usually when it's suggesting something suggesting something to someone put himself in the front and try to suggest what he like to wear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he want to give his own. He want to pass his own style, his own perspective. This usually a woman doesn't have because a woman is not wearing men's clothes, so it's already giving it's already suggesting more with the heart than with the ego. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like a normal woman. Yeah, let's say that for a style consultant woman, I usually base the advices also on the shape, facial shape and color analysis, so more on a technical point of view. Obviously,
but you add
yeah,
you add the value to what.
Yeah, exactly.
Also you add the value to because you already have your test, you already have your knowledge, you already have your experience. Out of that you also add a technical part that is the monochrome, that it's like it's like an accessory, it's like a plus.
Yeah, it's a surplus for sure. Yeah, but that is what makes like a style consultant like me different from style consultant like you, because like as all the tailors, as all the commerciant, we are all we all bring advices to the client. We are all style consultant in a certain way, but just in a different way. Maybe it's just like, but that is the beauty of it, right? Like it wouldn't be nice if we would be all the same. So
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that we work also with many style consultant, as I told you in the past, that sometimes comes with the clients, and for sure, giving a different point of view, it always help the final product to come alive. Of course, I think that the experience and the knowledge it gives already a lot, because sometimes without experience is very very important. I do fitting.
yeah,
I do between 5 and 10 fitting a day, and now it's 20 years. My father do this since 6, and what experience is very important in that case.
absolutely, I agree with that. May I ask you a couple of questions?
Absolutely.
So when you say there is many years of experience from your part in tailors and in advising style, what is that you kind of like focus on and prevail and like more when you speak about colors and technique and fabrics for a client? What is that you suggest the most? How do you start, like when you have a client in front of you and you know the person, like I'm sure you're gonna guide him through the right fabric and the right colors and the right cuts, but which are the what is the know-how of Rubinacci?
But let's say that I'm not the kind of person that like to show many fabrics. I don't like to put on the table. I don't like to put on the table too many choices and confuse the person is in front of me with so much offer that is like opening the Pandora vase. This is something that will only disturb the concentration of a client. I think that what is more important is to speak with the client, is to understand what is his context, where is going to use where is going to use that product, how long how long is going to use that product, all day, few hours, 2 days in a row. You want to travel with, you don't want to travel, you suffer the heat, you suffer the cold.
You study their lifestyle because it's a very important part of that.
I think that the first 20 minutes, half an hour, is only about speaking, only about understanding who I have in front of me. Because
and does this dynamic change if a style consultant bring the client?
But usually the style consultant want to do his job, so usually it's the one that already should know the clients and already can drive me directly to the point. Let's say that that the style consultant should cut the question I usually do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. Not that, but like there is like a sharing moment from you and the style consultant, I'm sure, because you have a knowledge of your product that your style consultant, as ready as she can be or he can be, doesn't have. So based on what he or she say about the client, you must say something that.
But usually with some of my with some of style consultant, we usually sit down the day before to meet the client. We sit down, we see the picture of the client, we see where is living. So all the question I do it with the style consultant. Then he show me his monochromy, if they do monochromy, or they show me what they have in their wardrobe, what they should need, in order that and understand before to meet the client what can be the value of the two of us, each other giving to the client. Of course, when are you talking with me, you are talking with the level of tailoring that is very high, and the expectation of a client going to Rubinacci is not the expectation of a client going to a tailor. It's I don't want to compare myself with anything or anyone, but I think that a client coming to us must pretend the best of the best, not only pretend, must pretend, and should not only be picky, but should be very picky. So that is
like a little pain.
But otherwise there is no reason to come to us, because a man can be good to go to Suit Supply, to Loro Piana, to Brioni, to Zegna, to Boggi. It depends how much you care.
Can I ask you something? For you just said I differ from many tailors, right? Like I think each tailor different from one another. But I read an interview of yours, and you said I differ myself from the crowd because I do not cut. I'm a mediator. So it's like, can you put this sentence in a context for us?
But I count the best to work with me, the best tailor in Naples. And if I have to say if one is better than the other one, no. But if I have to say if they are all the same, I always say no, because a handmade product is done by hand. So if it's the tailor himself, the owner of the tailor house, the one that cut and the one that suggests, so that means that everything should go out from his hands, and that is not possible.
Okay. So you
because no, that is not possible, because or you spend the time sewing your jacket, or you spend the time cutting your jacket for the client, or you spend the time suggesting, or you spend the time doing fitting, or you spend the time seeing the client. You cannot do everything.
But do you think
you can be small, for example? Yes, if you are small enough to do it, to handle, yes, but you cannot handle more than 50, 100 pieces a year, because a single man, a single tailor, handmade, can produce not more than 3 jackets a month. So we are talking about 40 pieces a year. That means that a tailor that is working himself and is saying that he's cutting and sewing all is not making more than 35, 40. If already is making more, means that he needs the help of someone else.
Do you think this choice that you made to be the mediator and to cover this role, do you think it's also been how you say influenced by your experience as Saviro?
But let's say that Saviro helped me to make the first jacket, the first and only jacket I made for my father. When I was back in Naples after my time in London, I was 20 years old. My father asked me to make a jacket for him, and good or not, let's say like that, because it was not a masterpiece. I have to say, I have to admit.
But it was the first one, comprehensible, understandable.
No, it was done well, but of course everything it's done with experience, and I was not having that big experience, but with the help of of our tailor, I've been able to finish the jacket for my father, and my father, when it was everything done, he looked at me and he said, I'm very happy that that you know what you know what you did, you know what you are you doing, and I'm very happy that you made a jacket for me. But now it's the time to put your scissor on the table and don't touch them anymore. So not because
he kind of made that decision for you, kind of.
Absolutely, and they say, and he says to me, and not because you don't have the potentiality to become a great tailor, but you don't have to be a tailor. You need to be the one. It's between the tailor and the clients. You have to know as much as a tailor knows, but you have to be transparent in order to understand when really something is not good or something is good. Because a tailor, it's like a first lady. When he's starting to make his paint, it's like that. So it's difficult to change.
When your dad gave you this feedback, like, where was your mind? Like, what did you decide to do?
I was in a period that you have to understand that a 3-generation company need also to know. I was maybe smart enough to understand that I was not able and capable to know what I want. So I had to leave to my father and the knowledge of my father to help me to become what I can be today. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. To be. So he actually, I mean, you were able to let him guide you, which not everyone do, and it's so you have trust in. I think in Rubinacci also. I mean, I'm pretty sure that you gave this access to your father and this power just because you saw the how you say that the potential of Rubinacci since you were little, or not.
Absolutely. In everything, I was a sportive guy. I was a professional sailor, but whenever you do a professional sport, you understand that to be the first is not only about your talent, mm-hmm. but it's the way is in the way that you train, is in the way that your trainer train, it's in the way that you let guided to understand how to achieve that peak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There is no one that arrived to the peak with the hands, with only his hands, or this is one out of 100, or 1 out of million. But to have this pretensiousness to new when someone does new, this was not my point. I was a professional sailor. I was two-time Italian champion. I was 7 years in the Italian team. I didn't
know that. Great job.
That's why I'm so. That's why I like sports and I like extreme sports and all these kind of things, because it's in my blood.
So and we can connect these to the fact to the why you like very comfortable suits. You bring it everywhere.
That's another good point. I don't know if I was ever liking tight clothes, but I think that a clothes should not be comfortability doesn't mean wide or loose. Comfortability doesn't mean wide or loose. Comfortability means comfort, and done in the right way, you can look at the jacket that I show you just like this. That it's tight from outside, but big inside. That is the secret of a well-tailored garments.
Which, I mean, I'm pretty sure Rubinacci does a great job on it, especially because of your experience. There is a question that I do to all my guests so far, and it is like, what is luxury for you? What is style, and what is elegance? Like, how do you describe these concepts, and like, what do you think about them?
But luxury is timing. Luxury is not luxury today. It's very easy reachable. What is not reachable is the service. The service and the time, because in the service, what make the service, it's the timing, and in that is there is the luxury. So that means that when
it's a common idea.
Yeah,
you're not the first one telling me that.
Thank you. And I think that when a client comes to Rubinacci, what he's expecting is the best product. That means luxury. What that is not expecting is the service we provide. That is more than luxury. That is the real luxury. You know what I mean?
So the experience.
The experience, everything is behind the product. You know, from the people that is suggesting you, the timing you spent,
how
the timing
you suggest it,
and everything, and everything all around. That, let's say like that. Then you ask me about style.
Yeah.
Style is style is style is yourself. Is the expression of your identity. In any contest and in any circumstances, because I don't think that the style is closed in a certain context. The style doesn't mean wearing a tie. Style doesn't mean looking cool. Style sometimes is can be only feeling comfortable. Style is in any little details. Style is confidence. That is what style is all about. Can be visible or cannot be visible. So that depends from the personality of the person is showing this.
But it can be brought out from every human being, as you said before, right?
I will never see a surfer riding a wave in a Speedo. Like I will never see a swimmer doing a swim race in boxer swim.
Right. And what about elegance? I talked about elegance with all my guests, and some people, which are not the guests that I had, but some people think that it is connected to the grief. Some people think it's something that you're born with. Some people think that, and most people think, especially tailors, think that it's something that we kind of take back from our grandparents and like whatever was before us. What do you think about it?
I think we're born without anything. First of all, we born without anything.
Okay.
We're born in a zero level. We cannot born with anything, because
so everything is built up.
Everything is built up from the day one. You know what I mean? We try to teach to our son. I have two sons. I have a daughter and I have a little boy.
Very beautiful, by the way. Congratulations.
Thank you. This is thanks to my wife. And in the girls as 2 years old. Now it's turning 3. The boy has 1 year old. We give them value. We grow them with a kind of value. This is the base of being elegant, you know. But tomorrow, the way they dress, the way they act, the way they do the things will determine a certain elegance. You know, because we are talking in a tailor world, we are talking in a way of wearing plastic clothes. We think that being elegant, it's wearing a classic clothes. But that depends also in the context where we are going to stay, because if I'm on the beach, I'm for sure I can be with a t-shirt and a swimming trunks, or I can be with a shirt and a swimming trunks. In the both way, I'm elegant. You know what I mean? Because then this is the first part of what people see so on you, but then they need another part that is yourself. So it's the way you act, because you
The
can wear the
attitude.
best, you can wear the best clothes and act in an arrogant way or in a non-polite way, and your elegance vanish in a ball of air. You know what I mean? So elegance, it's
But so based on this sentence, then you don't think it's contradictory when we say you don't born with elegance? It's like, so you can teach elegance, because if someone,
you can achieve elegance. You can
because the way you act is you can learn it from your father, your mother, but it is something that it's on you, right? So don't you think it's contradictory to say that we don't how you say, grow with anything, so we build up everything?
but because someone teach us how to do it.
But not always. I mean, there are people who maybe, I don't know, don't have parents, who really are like, you see them and like, I don't know, I feel like it's true. Everything, as a style consultant myself, I bring everything out from a person. Like, usually they come to me as them, but a little bit confused, and they try to let them out their individuality and their attitude. But I think, yes, it is possible to build everything up, but I feel like it is contradictory to say that maybe you were right before when you said we don't born with it, but there is someone who is more up to it or not up to it. You know what I mean? I don't know how you say in English. Like quando sei più portato per una cosa piuttosto che un'altra, o hai più.
But that is the personality, that it's of course a change your in the way, in the way we grow, we build up ourself, and in the way how we act around all day is the way we act is a form of elegance. Um, what I'm saying that is not only the way we dress that let us be elegant or not. Um, and if we born with it or we didn't born with it, when we born, we don't really know about anything. We don't know a word. So how can we know if we are elegant or not, or whatever?
I ask you another question, which maybe is gonna be the last, because it's gonna take a few minutes to talk about.
Yeah, because when we start, because I know that in 1 hour it.
So we have 10 minutes, more or less, 12 minutes.
Okay. So let's remember to say bye to our followers before we cut down that.
Actually, before ending, Luca, I'm gonna ask you to save this live, because I won't be able to, because we are doing it by your.
I don't know how to say they will ask me to say it. I hope so.
So when you go on the cross, sulla croce per chiudere, it's gonna ask you discard video, just discard, and it's gonna be saved on your lives, hopefully, because then I won't have it anymore to publish it. So
okay,
keep fingers crossed.
Try to do my best. Yeah. No. I will say
it. Another word and another concept in life. What is beauty? It's very connected to elegance, style, and yes, of course, and whatever we talked so far. But you had like different. In different interviews, I read that you gave different opinions about this concept, this word. So talk to us about it.
The beauty is in everything, Beauty, it's a passion. You can build up a passion out of beauty, because depends on what you are more interested into. Then you focalize the beauty. You know what I mean? Beauty can be can be material things, or beauty, it can be just philosophy. Beauty can be a book. Beauty can be
So it's a very broad
a
concept.
plate of pasta. You know, that's beautiful.
Definitely.
You know, beauty. I like the word beauty because I'm very close to Japanese that think that beauty should be in everything. You know, when you eat the sushi, the first things you have to accomplish are the eyes, and then the last one is the mouth. That's why I think that they are great, because
true.
this is really what beauty is all about. You know, beauty is what you see, but it's what is behind it. So it's not only what you see as a piece of sushi, but when you eat it, you understand it. Oh, that's not only beautiful. It's not only looking beautiful, it's tasting fantastic. And this is all about clothing. You know, that suit doesn't only look great, it's also feeling great. So that is the epitome of beauty.
By the way, what is beauty to me? I saw a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful camel coat that came out from your stories. I don't know, it was a lady.
A lady.
And it was just extremely beautiful.
Our
The cut and how it was fitting her and how it was falling. I was like, I had to go there and make one for myself.
But
so congratulations.
Thank you. But also, even in a kind of coat like that it was ordered by my friend Alex Rivier. It's a Spanish influencer, very beautiful, but with a big sense of style.
Mm-hmm.
What was coming out from her was what she really wants. What we did is to make it happen. So that means that sometimes the tailor is everything from the style consultant to the one is producing something, but sometimes the tailor is just the road to arrive to a project, you know, because women, of course, more than men, knows what they like. But then I always say that when you see a bespoke product, you should not see in the way you like it or not, but you should appreciate the way it looks on the person is wearing. It is like a paint. You know?
Do you think you are more open-minded, respected to other tailors around you?
I think I'm the most open-minded tailor in the world. And
I mean, that what comes out talking to you, like, yes. I mean, for what I see is like you have a different approach to what is like the tailor world, and the classic tailor maybe is not stuck. I wouldn't say stuck, but it really loves the heritage and want to keep it as such. I feel talking to you, if it's more like a fresh feeling. I don't know how to explain, but you can feel the difference.
I think that stuck doesn't have anything to do with the heritage.
Not exactly. It wasn't compared.
Yeah, I think that tailors that want to be stuck to their roots is because they did so many years doing the same things that changing at the end of their career will not. Well, there is no reason to do that, and I agree.
So maybe generational change must be happen.
I think that I born in a generation where the client was coming from all over the world, and to be able to satisfy any kind and any type of people, you have to have a really open mind. And of course, it's more difficult because every time you have to be able to change yourself like a chameleon. But if you are able with experience to do that, then there is no barrier that can fix you.
One question: would you suggest or advise to your son or daughter to follow your steps?
No,
No,
because my father didn't never told me to do that, and I will not tell him to do that. They can do whatever they like, and if they want to, they will be. I will very happy to explain and show everything around like my father did. But my father never told me what to do and or how to do. You know, he only drive me through what was my
passion, maybe.
yeah my street, you know. And whenever I made many errors in my life, and I'm still making many errors in my life. I will not say that I'm a tailor that deliver 100% of his suit. You know, having the ability of changing anytime my mind, I also have to have the ability to say that not all the cookies comes with the hole, you know.
I'm gonna propose you something, and you tell me. I don't want to say any bad words, but you tell me whatever, or maybe you're gonna embrace this proposal. What do you think and this is just because I know that you're very famous and on matching colors and matching in general. Everyone who follows you is actually what they expect, right? Beside the tailor part, it's like I have fun seeing you matching colors. Like when I see your stories and your posts on Instagram, it's stimulating seeing like how many colors you style. And like, would you be open to do a next live maybe in September after summer, where we will do a color seasonal analysis with you to confirm your colors and do a matching kind of thing, like in
Absolutely.
person with you, for men, for women.
Is what I was telling you. This you need to come here in person
Of
because
course,
it
no. I
it
will
will
be
be
there, of
difficult.
course. Yeah, of course. But what do you
Why
think?
not? We can have fun. I'm always open to have fun and everything. So
And you also would be
I
open to do the armochromia. Would you be open to do that?
yeah, I already knew my result. So
So see,
it's
just to confirm.
just to confirm, just to confirm.
Exactly. But how did you know? By
I
heart.
had no. I already did many times armochromia with people that was doing that.
Rosella.
Anche also with Corosella, yes. And
Okay.
not only with that, also with a German girl that I don't remember what was the name. It was but was many years ago. Rosella was after the COVID. So, but it's nice. It's for sure something interesting.
She's my teacher, so.
Oh, okay. Fantastic.
So I'm super excited. Even like it is gonna be in September. I hope we're gonna keep in touch. If you don't shut me out, I'm gonna visit you in the store to thank you for this live. And yeah, please save it though. Please save the
Yes.
live.
So I thank you very much. It was a very nice talk, and hope you enjoyed. Everyone enjoyed, and let's keep in touch.
Absolutely. Save the live.
Fantastic. I will save it.
Thank you.
Ciao.
Thank you, Luca. Talk to you soon.